Okay, and welcome back to the HBN Radio Show. That's hbnradioshow.com, hbnradioshow.com. And we're here with our guest, the distinguished Dr. Reed Gelzer. As we were telling you about earlier in the show, Dr. Gelzer is an expert on the area of EMR systems and compliance. So this goes into the area of data integrity, documentation that supports medical necessity, and the issues that are very, very important when you are looking at EMR systems in order to buy an EMR system that's compliant and that keeps you out of trouble. So, Dr. Gelzer, you were telling us about before the commercial about you had gone to a show that you were reviewing a number, I guess you mentioned 28 different EMR systems, correct? And you had found a number of major anomalies, which I guess is a nice way of saying a number of systems with a lot of big risks, a lot of big compliance risks to them. Can you go through some of the big risks that you had seen in these systems?
Sure. The first principle that we established is that all uses of a medical record require that it be trustworthy. And what is our basis for deciding what constitutes a trustworthy record? And as you know, compliance addresses a lot of those issues, and most of them are grounded in certain laws having to do with business records, what constitutes a valid business record, and how do such records have to be maintained and assured and protected. So that really formed the basis of our testing protocols, if you will. First and foremost, the author of the record has to be accurate, and if there are multiple authors, which, as we all know, in most clinical records, especially in the ambulatory realm, there is virtually always more than one author. So the first thing that we tested was we would set up a scenario where more than one individual, more than one professional documented in the record, usually a medical assistant or a nurse, would start out, and then at some point the record in progress would be transferred to a clinician, a nurse practitioner, PA, or physician, or et cetera, to complete the record. And then we would look at the record to identify, first, are all authors apparent? And second, are all authors assignable to those components of the services that they themselves provided and they themselves documented? And surprisingly enough, we found a substantial number of the record systems that we evaluated didn't even do that. The most common fault was that the record would show only the last author and may not show that there was a second author at all. And then the second problem was that often reconstructing who actually did what was very difficult in many records. So authorship first. The second thing that we always looked at was amendments and corrections. As we all know, mistakes occur, omissions occur. How many times does a clinician document services provided and then remember, oh, I forgot to record this or I forgot to record that? So amending or adding to or correcting records is a very common day-to-day practice in healthcare. And in many instances, we found that when a record was amended, that the original record might not be retained. So by amending a record, you were destroying the original, which, of course, everybody knows that's not a proper practice, and it invites the possibility that records get corrected for reasons other than legitimate ones. So, and then the third one was because electronic records have different ways of identifying who did what when. For example, records may be amended, but you may have to go into some other part of the system to identify what the original documentation was. We essentially looked at what we would call documentation audit functions, or the ability to reconstruct who did what on the virtue of additional information collected elsewhere in the system. In other words, okay, I'm looking at a record output. Can I audit this in some way to show me that the dates are accurate, the times are accurate, the authors are accurate? And in many cases, those kinds of additional layers of affirmation of the truthfulness of the record are either very difficult to create in a system, or what we found most commonly is that systems may have the ability to do that, but those particular functions that enable auditing, they tend to slow a system down, so many users actually shut them off. So amendments, authorship, and auditing are always the three places we start when we're evaluating a record system for compliance support.
And one other area I was particularly fascinated with, because I know you do travel across the country, many speaking engagements on this whole area of data integrity and EMR systems, was this whole issue about when you do billing, a doctor is supposed to complete their note before they send the bill out to the carrier, whether it's Medicare or Medicaid or a private carrier like Cigna, Aetna, or United Healthcare, Oxford, whoever. And in many cases, you have a feature on many EMR systems which will close the note and will not allow you to send out a bill until the time you close the note and make the note final. However, there are other types of systems which allow you to send out the claim before the note is closed and completed and closed. To you, is this another compliance area of concern?
It's a huge area. We've actually, it's hard not to laugh sometimes, but these things are unfortunate. We actually were at a trade show where a physician from a major institution in the eastern United States, when we asked that question to an EMR vendor, the doctor standing next to us kind of threw his arms up and says, we have actually tens of thousands of encounters in our system that have never been completed, but they've been billed and paid for. And you can imagine what a huge compliance embarrassment that would be if an audit is ever done that shows all the claims paid, but the records were never signed, never completed. And in some systems, actually, it allows you to establish the equivalent of an electronic super bill without any documentation whatsoever. And as you can imagine, that can be quite a nightmare.
Well, Dr. Gelzer, we're going to take a commercial break now. We'll hear from our friends from the Chester Company. But when we come back, we are going to continue our discussion on compliance and how that interfaces in the area of electronic medical records.
Revitalize the image of your practice with marketing and communication services from the Chester Company. We specialize in helping you communicate effectively with your patients. Whether it's a patient handout that announces a new service or a new website where your patients can conveniently make their own appointments, the Chester Company is here to help you present your practice and its services in the best light possible. Let us show you how. Call for a free, no-obligation consultation. 860-526-9903. 860-526-9903. Call now.